drops are you averaging when you run through it in practice?
2 or 3.
2 or 3 per run through. And where are those drops usually?
What I do in the 4-ball routine, I usually drop once.
Is it always on the same move, or is it different every time?
Yeah, it's always on that 7-3-3-3. So, and with 5 balls, I usually drop on the 6x4 to 4x6, and on the 5-up 360.
Okay. In general, when you're preparing a routine, if you notice that you're dropping on the same move all the time in practice, you probably want to take that one out. There's usually the case where you're just dropping in random places, so there's no one thing you can really take out. It's just a comfortability and nerve issue that's just causing you to drop somewhere. From what I saw, most of the reasons for the drops were your pattern being too wide. From just your basic, like with 5 balls, your basic pattern is too wide. So when you went up for the 5-up 360, they went way out there, and there was no way for you to collect it and control it. Also, all the stuff we were talking about in the workshops earlier need to become more of your skill. Just like the 360s, your leg is dragging way out to the side and it's throwing you off. You need to really think about turning 2 legs into 1 leg and just turning over that 1 point. The starts of your patterns, 5 balls and the 6 balls, like we were talking about earlier, starting off low and then you're building it up there. You want to. It seemed like there was a lot of rushing involved too, which will also result in drops. Like when you were doing your setups for some of the changes of the patterns, you set up the high throws too soon, which resulted in collisions with the lower throws that were already there, and the timing was rushed, and that's why they collided. So you need to just work on all those different elements of the routine. The 360s, just isolate everything and try to kind of hone it a little bit better. Work on your timing, and just keep in mind when you're going through a routine, like I told you before we went out there, you had plenty of time. You had 4 minutes, so there's no reason to rush anything. Just take your time, and if you start off your patterns with at the height that they're supposed to, eventually get to, that'll help you relax a little bit, because when you start low and then you have to build it up, that creates a chaotic kind of juggling pattern. And if you don't, solidify it after that, and you go into all these other moves, it's just a continuation of that chaotic start. So you really want to make sure you're relaxed and start off comfortably and smoothly, and have every move that you do, follow that same kind of control. So for tomorrow, I want you to take out all of the moves that you drop on consistently in practice. Run through your routine at least 5 times today, and then also tomorrow, and just kind of see what's happening with the routine, where your most common mistakes are. And if you can't figure something out, just ask me and I'll take a look at it and see what we can do to fix it. But some stuff, since we're talking about the next 3 days, some stuff you're just not going to be ready for, so it'd be better just to take it out. And I don't care if you just do 3 or 4 moves total, as long as you do those moves clean and you learn what you're capable of, because that's what this whole exercise is about, is what are you ready to do right now? And this is what you should be prepared to do in 2 or 3 months from now. So whatever you can do without any drops now would be your routine in 3 months, because if you can do it with no drops now, it'll be even better in 3 months. So you don't want compared to yesterday.
The 5 balls was a lot better,
Yeah.
except the shower.
Except the shower, yeah. And then you had some problems with the clubs that you didn't have yesterday. I guess just with the 5 clubs, right? Just the
I
first
think I just
attempt.
had a minor mistake with the 5 club singles, but
Right.
overall I think it went well.
I think it's. Do you think it was better today because of the different structure of the routine, or just because
Yeah.
you had a second chance at it?
I think it was better this time because of the structure.
Okay. All right. So then for tomorrow, I would say keep it exactly the same, and focus a little more time on the shower, a little more practice on the shower and on the 5 club singles, and maybe you can reduce it to 1 or 0 drops.
All right.
Yeah. Work on flattening out those half shower throws with the rings a little bit.
Yeah.
But good. Okay.